Groundhog Day, directed by Harold Ramis and starring Bill Murray, is a damn good comedic movie. I really like this movie a lot. You have the comedic genius of Harold Ramis combined with the comedic genius of Bill Murray, and you get a really good movie. Basic story of Groundhog Day is as follows. Bill Murray plays this weatherman called Phil Connors, who is a self-absorbed, narcissistic man who one magical day realizes that he's caught in an endless loop and he has to repeat the same day over and over again. And that day just happens to be Groundhog Day. And I like throughout the course of the movie, we see Bill Murray, Phil Connors, do specific things. Like when he first discovers that he repeats the same day over and over again, he first does things of debauchery. You know, he does asshole-like things. And then in another section, he he starts to do really questionable things, like starting to commit suicide because the one thing he wants to have happen can't really happen. He doesn't want to stay in the loop all his life, so he just tries to kill himself, and that doesn't work. Then finally, we get to the third section. That's where he starts to do more good-natured things, you know, like helping the kid off a tree, helping an old man get food, helping a bunch of old ladies, and so on and so forth. So I like how we see three different sections of the Phil Connors character using his gift to repeat the same day over and over again. And Bill Murray's performance throughout everything is fantastic. His just dry-witted delivery is amazing. His chemistry with Addie McDowell, to me, really, really works. She plays the character of Rita. I like the relationship that develops between the two. And I like it. It's a good blossoming romance that has a good payoff at the end. I enjoyed all of that. I also enjoyed the little role that Chris Elliott has as the cameraman that Phil always nudges at. I like the stuff with Phil and this character called Ned Ryerson. I think they're hilarious every time they share screen time. I like the look of the movie. The production design is great. The Harold Ramis' direction is on point. It's fantastic. I like how everything takes place in this small town where everybody knows your name and everyone just does these small town things, like have a Groundhog Day party and stuff like that. I think that stuff is great, and it works great within the context in this movie. This movie has so many funny scenes in it. It also has a lot of cameos by actors who are now big names, like a Michael Shannon appears in this movie, and the funniest line Michael Shannon has this movie is near the end, where Bill Murray gives him a pair of tickets, and it ends up being WrestleMania tickets, and Michael Shannon's reaction is just hysterical. It's funny as all hell. It lasts for like a couple of seconds, but it's funny, and Shannon does the classic overexpression that his face can do, which is just very cartoonish, but I love it. It's great. I love it. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of bad to say about this movie. This movie there's a lot of good things with this movie. It's very, very funny. It has a good story to it. You know, it's a good cautionary story to it. Like, you know, be a good person. Don't be so self-absorbed. And if you had the power to repeat the same day over and over again, what would you do? You know, how would you handle it? You know, would you have a God complex, which is what Bill Murray thinks he starts to have near the end, near the final part of the movie? He starts to say, "I'm a God. I'm not the God. I'm a God," because he repeats the same day over and over again. He knows the town of Petricone very, very well because he repeats it over and over again. You know, to him, he knows all these people, but since the day always resets, the people don't know him. It's funny stuff. It's really hilarious. So yeah, those are just my basic general thoughts on Groundhog Day. Overall, I enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I love it. Bill Murray's hilarious. The direction's great. It's a good story. And it's just a fun movie. That's all. That's it. Well, those are my thoughts on Groundhog Day. Let me know yours in the comment sections below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I would like to know. Like, comment, and subscribe. And also, let me know what your favorite Bill Murray is as well. My name is AJ Legend, and I'll check you back next time for more.